I am really intrigued and interested to know more about Mahavatar Babaji. How should I receive his
You
blessings?
just pray to him, visualize his form. He's a very youthful man and about 8 feet tall. He's a being of light, actually. There are times when I just put my hand through him. And, he said, remove your hand. Remove your hand from my body. When there's no puja offered in temple for 30 days, then you can teach. I'm like, when will that ever happen? And it happened in August 2020.
You say karmas can be erased. How come?
Yeah, why not? If there is a place where it is stored, it can change it. I got Mahavatar Babaji because I was angry with Shiva, But then those guys, they took some cow dung and rubbed it on my face, They made me sit inside the temple, sitting there, and I was crying and I was telling Shiva that this is just not happening. When I was in this situation, suddenly this Babaji only came, but he came in the form of Gurkha from Nepal. So there is no definition of Dharma and Adharma without a destination or a purpose. It's not possible and practical for everyone to go to the Ganga. They can remove the Mahapap in their house only with the technique which my guru has made. But meanwhile, after my marriage, I've had more than 70 relationships, okay? And I'm like, I can't take it anymore. And I was again in Goa with another girl and thinking that things are going to work out between us, but nothing was working out. So it's like, I had enough of this karma thing. Please take it away. So 2020, he taught me how to take out karma. I took out the karma of having girlfriend. After that, no girlfriend. I've been really happy. From 2020 for 4 years, no girlfriend. Full maja.
Namaskar everyone. This is Harshit Bhardwaj, and today I have a very special guest with me, Guru Pashupati. And there's so many epithets, so many adjectives I can use to describe him, but I would rather let Guruji talk about what he wants to talk about. Guruji,
Thank
welcome to
you.
the
Thank
show.
you.
So I'll just give some insights to people who haven't had the chance to see you or know you before. Right now, you are a co-founder of Chamundi Gurukulam and Paramparadhikari
That's right.
of Trilok Akhada, one of the oldest akhadas traditions in the Sanatan Dharma tradition, which we'll talk about. But one of the videos that intrigued me when I saw it was where you talk about the concept
Hmm.
of karma and also the concept of time. Your concept of time and karma. You say karmas can be erased, prarabdh can
Hmm.
be reset. How come?
Yeah, why not? If there is a place where it is stored, it can change it. Why would you not be able to change it? If you knew how, you can.
Oh, it makes
Yeah.
sense. Yes, why not? But then where is it saved? Is it saved in our consciousness or somewhere in the universal
Uh,
consciousness?
it is saved in every particle of the universe. So it is everywhere. It's like BitChain Max. What is it called? That chain tech, blockchain Max. It is. Ah, it's everywhere. Yeah. So you don't have to change it. Well, you can't more than change karmas. I would say you can disable them and create new ones. That's the procedure. Actually, disable is
Disable
the
is the
right
right
word.
word, yes.
Disable your negative
Erasing
karma.
is not, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, and is there a qualification for anyone to be able to disable these,
Yeah,
or
I teach
anyone
it in
can
my course
do it?
to people who have done the hard work because you have to maintain a certain body and mind. It's not for everybody. Your body is the final proof of your karma. The condition of your body and your mind is the proof of your karma. So that's the end result of your actions, your state of mind and your state of body. So it's just look, it's the same body but in a different state. It's the same mind but now in a better state. So I'm not saying that you can get rid of aham and then merge with Shiva, and I'm not making any of those claims. And why would you want to merge with Shiva? If you come from Shiva, you go merge back. What's the point of coming here in the first place? Okay. So I don't even agree with that. Uh, and there have been wrong definitions of what is moksha. And my guru was kind enough to correct me and make me understand that moksha is only from death. He called death sheer irresponsibility. He said if you don't know the mechanisms of life and you have a human birth and you die, that's just irresponsibility. That's what my guru said. I said, okay, yeah, wow. I don't want to be irresponsible. I want to learn the mechanisms of life and death. And so that's what yoga is. It teaches you these things. Siddha yoga, especially, which I teach. But that's what-
But Guruji, why are we here in the first place? Why do we need a human body to understand this responsibility and be aware of this?
Everyone's here for different reasons. The why varies for different people. You should answer that for yourself. You have to answer that for yourself. You're here. It's a fact that you're here. You can change your answer. If you don't like the answer why you're here, you can change the answer. That's totally up to you. Why would you give that agency to someone else? You decide. Why are you here? I know why I'm here. Everyone needs to know why they're here. That's when you can have dharma and adharma. If you don't have a purpose of why you're here, then who's to say what is dharma and what is adharma? Because right and wrong is decided according to the destination. If you want to go to Delhi, then if you head in a north direction from Mysore, it's good. If you head in south direction, you go to Sri Lanka. So better you go north, right? So it is not adharma dharma to go to Sri Lanka. But it is adharma when we have to go to Delhi and then we go to Sri Lanka, that's adharma. So there is no definition of dharma and adharma without a destination or a purpose. There are some things that are absolutely adharma. They are called mahap, and we should refrain from those things. Like, for example, drinking alcohol. There's nothing good about it. Just nothing. Okay. And waking up someone who's sleeping, there's nothing good about it. So there are a few things like this. When you read the Purans, you'll find that they're not really good things to do. They're not right things to do. Huh? Like separating a mother from her child, mahapap. Uh, hurting, committing sexual violence, that is mahapap. Rape and all that. Okay, but murder is not said to be mahapap because taking a life is not mahapap if it is done by an army soldier when he's protecting the border. That's not mahapap for him. But it's mahapap if I go kill my neighbor. That's not right. So like that, there are some things. If you read the Puranas, you'll get a proper knowledge of what is pap, what is that there is pap. Okay, so pap is bad reputation. If you commit pap, you'll start to spoil your reputation so bad that nobody will treat you nicely. Everyone will treat you like garbage if you're a papi. If you have punya, then people will treat you nicely. So pap and punya is different from adharma and dharma. So we should know the difference.
Are they like debit and credit? When we're doing punya, we are
Not like that. It's like reputation.
collecting coins,
It's not debit and credit as such. It's like reputation.
reputation.
People will treat you much better. What is reputation? Reputation. That's what it is.
And that's a significant
Yeah.
thing in the
Yeah.
society.
Reputation is with other people, and also there's self-reputation. A lot of people say, "I want to lose weight. I want to do this. I want to do that." Some goals, and they're not able to do because their reputation is not good with themselves. They just feel, "I can't do this. It's not possible for me." So they have a bad reputation of themselves. So that is pap because you got that pap. You have to learn how to get rid of it. I put up techniques on YouTube for free. It's on a playlist called Heal Your Karma. Took me 23 years to learn that. So I put it out on free because I think everybody deserves to know these techniques and play around with them. Yeah. And I'm not even selling any products or anything after that. It's just free. So everybody please use it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they are priceless, so you can't really put a price to it. But it's important that people understand the value of it. If it's available for free,
Yeah,
it doesn't
yeah.
mean
It's
it's
helped
just
thousands of
use.
people, man. It's helped thousands of people. And what does that do for me? What does that do for me? It improves my reputation. So I get punya when I do this, right? And that's what it is. And it is that punya which makes you happy in this world. So you have to accumulate. It's not like a debit and credit thing. It's whether people trust you or not. That's the value. Those who have punya, people will trust them. Those who have pap, they'll not be trusted.
More than people, as you said,
Self
it's about
trust.
you as well.
Self
How do
trust.
you look
Very
at
important. Self
yourself?
trust is punya.
Yes, yes. You mentioned one of the first Mahapaps as drinking alcohol, and I used to be like a big Mahapapi 6 years ago, and and I don't know the grace of the masters or whatever.
Very good.
I just quit one day, and going back, I could not imagine
Hmm.
that I would ever quit. Like everyone wants to quit, but they are not able to. So, and there are people around me, my relatives, they are like deeply into it, and I try to counsel them and try, I do everything to get them to quit, but they don't, they're
Yeah, it's
not able
Mahapap.
to.
So if you learn my technique, you can help them. You take my technique and you do it for them. You don't need them to be with you. You can do it from a distance, and you don't even need to tell them that you're doing it, because you're not doing anything wrong. You're removing Mahapaps. So there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, you can go ahead and remove the Mahapap for each and every one of them who's stuck in this bad self reputation. People are trying to quit something and try something new. They just need to renew their reputation with themselves. So you can ask Rudra Bhagwan to help you and ask him to take it away. Huh? So simple.
This is what I did. I asked Bhagwan and I asked my guru to help me quit. And now I can say that without the divine intervention, I couldn't do it. Somebody must have done this technique for me. Maybe, I don't know. Somebody, I, on just myself, I could.
Rudra is the remover of Mahapap because Ganga flows from his jata, right? So that what do they say? If you take a dip in Ganga 11 times, you will get rid of all Mahapap. Same thing. So it's not possible and practical for everyone to go to the Ganga. They can remove the Mahapap in the house only with the technique which my guru has made. So that's why I put it out there for people to help themselves.
It's on your
Yes, it
YouTube
is
channel,
called,
Guruji.
it is in my playlist called Heal Your Karma. Not only this Mahapap removal, there are so many other techniques that you can use. There are like 6 to 7 techniques, including how to clear your house if there's been black magic done on you, and how to remove runanubandha with people, and how to remove karmas in general. So many things I've explained, a lot of details. Okay, good.
I've tried that one,
Hmm.
the Rananu Banda
And then
one,
what happened?
and it was
Helpful, right?
really helpful. Now that's what I wanted to ask you, Guruji. I did that, and I don't know what
What do you
happened.
mean?
I Whether it worked.
You should know, because if people are behaving better, then it's worked. If not, you keep doing it. You keep doing it, they'll start behaving better and better and better. It's not to be done only once. Do every day.
Okay, so you need to keep doing.
Do every day, do this meditation, and you'll find that things are getting better, 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 because you're taking your mind to it and you're asking God to do this, right? Yeah. You're asking Shiva to take this away.
That's
So
incredible.
it happens.
I'm sure that this is something you must have talked about hundreds of times, and I don't know whether you're open to talking about it or not. But I am really intrigued and interested to know more about
Hmm.
Mahavatar Babaji for a long time, and you were the first person that I have
Hmm.
finally met. I've asked this question to so many good people. It's okay if you don't want to talk on camera publicly. I would probably come to the ashram, but something that I'm really intrigued. That's just I'm a childlike curiosity is popping in me.
Well, it's difficult to talk about Mahavatar Babaji because there's so many aspects to him. What do you specifically want to know?
How should I receive his
You
blessings?
just pray to him, visualize his form. He's a very youthful man and of about 8 feet tall. He's got a wonderful skin that is more brown than mine, and it's radiant. It throws out golden light. You'll see, and that's how he is. And sometimes he can also throw out the rainbow light. He's a being of light, actually. There are times when I just put my hand through him, and you know, it's like remove your hand, rem- remove your hand from my body. So Babaji is funny to the core, and he taught me the real meaning of symbiosis. Because society had only taught me selfishness or selflessness. They didn't teach me what is symbiosis. Yoga is that symbiosis where Babaji has achieved that with beings of 18 planets. He's the Ashtadasha Mahadvipa Samrat. That means he's the Samrat of 18 planets. And there are life forms that come to meet him from all over the universe. And he doesn't live alone. He has a lot of immortals living with him. And when I went there to his place, it was somewhere in Ganesh Himal range. It's inaccessible. You just can't go there except by his grace. Uh, uh, I got Mahavatar Babaji because I was angry with Shiva. It's all from previous births only. A lot of previous birth karma. That's something I can't go into publicly. But in this birth, I was getting beaten up as a kid and I wished for a guru. I wanted a guru to teach me how to deal with this kind of violence. There's so much violence. And when I got angry with Shiva, because after many days of praying, also, he's not sent any guru. I didn't ask him for strength. I didn't ask him for solutions. I said, you just send me a guru, give me knowledge, I'll do the rest. I was very annoyed with him. I said, I'm not like your other beggar disciples, beggar devotees begging you for things. I didn't beg you for anything. I said, just give me knowledge, Shiva. You put me in this situation, I will deal with it like a warrior, but you give me knowledge. I was just 12 years old. That time, those guys, they took some cow dung and rubbed it on my face and all that. They made me sit inside a gutter. So I was sitting there and I was crying and I was telling Shiva that this is just not happening. And I got beatings also that day. Nice beatings. I got beatings because I tried fighting them using some weapons and all. They took a knife and threatened me and beat me up. Something and all was going on in my life. Okay. So then I said, okay. When I was in this situation, suddenly this Babaji only came, but he came in a form of a Gurkha from Nepal. And I didn't know that years later I would go to Nepal. I had no idea. So he took me under his wing and he taught me how to fight, and then he vanished mysteriously. Then he came back again when I was 18. By the time I had become an entrepreneur, with the little bit that he told me, I'd become an entrepreneur and we were running some really world class companies from India. And a chain entrepreneur, nevertheless. I was doing my seventh or eighth company and this was a robotics company. Uh, when I when I was doing that,
Wow.
I was just 18 years old, and the my father was
Wow.
a professor in the Indian Institute of Science, so I had access to the Indian Institute of Science library, and I had read everything, and I was up to date on what quantum mechanics are and everything, and I was like following the whole growth of the quantum physics field live, because that time nobody would talk about it on television because nobody could understand. And we had books, and books would come, the latest books would come from various journals that have been published, would reach the Indian Institute of Science library. So that was the most amazing part, where I really love to learn new things, right? So I just go all out and learn, and because of that hunger to learn is why I could read the Puranas, the Vedas, the Upanishads, and the Itihasas in just 13 months. I could read every single one of it with Babaji's grace, of course, and his time expanding techniques. So I did all that stuff. I learned even the 64 tantras, and then I came back, and it was quite a journey. And that's when he met me. When I was 18, when he met me, I hadn't heard of Indian knowledge at all. I was only into science. And that's when he met me and he told me, listen, you become very arrogant. Just because things come easy to you doesn't mean that other people are worse than you. They have their karmas and they have their papas, and they are trudging along as fast as they can. And you should never judge other people and never feel yourself superior. So I had too much vitamin S that time, vitamin superiority. So that time Baba warned me. He said, you can't laugh at people making families, getting married, having children. You have to do it yourself. Go and get married. I said, you have to have children. He said, no, at least get married. So I said, okay, whatever you say. And you'll come back for me. He said, yes, I'll come back. And then he came back when I was 32. So that time I closed all my businesses and I closed my marriage also, everything done. Then I packed off to be a yogi. Finally, I could live the lifestyle that I wanted to live after so many years. I was 32 years then. So I stayed in the mountains for around 7 years or more. After that, I did come back to the south. I tried to teach something. I got fed up of people again. So I just started drinking and smoking and just relaxing. I went to the mountain and I used to sit there because money was never an issue for me. It still never is. So then I lost my health completely because I forgot my promise that I'll teach yoga. So he made me go through hell. For me to understand about health took me a long time because there's so much wrong knowledge out there. And now I'm telling people after the so many years of my research, I can tell them which book to read. Mitochondriac Manifesto by R.D. Lee. Read this one book, you'll know everything about health. I can save you years and years of research. Okay? One book. Mitochondriac Manifesto by R.D. Lee. That's it. Okay? And this same author has written another amazing book called Gut Brain Secrets. If you read these two, you'll have 360-degree view on modern health and how to protect your health. So by the time I came to this book, many years had passed and I had become extremely sick, thin, malnourished, horrible. I had become. My skin was gone, my hair was all falling out, and I was in a really bad shape. So then I came back and I started applying these principles, and then I got back to teaching. In 2020, he allowed me to teach. One of the things is that he didn't let me teach also. He said, I want you to teach, but when I tell you. I'm like, what? When there's no puja offered in temple for 30 days, then you can teach. I'm like, when will that ever happen? And it happened in August 2020. Then I felt like, wow, Baba's going to come back. Meanwhile, after my marriage, I've had more than 70 relationships, okay? And I'm like, I can't take it anymore. And I was again in Goa with another girl and I was thinking that things are going to work out between us, but nothing was working out. So I said, I've had enough of this karma. Can you please take it away? So 2020, he taught me how to take out karma. I took out the karma of having girlfriends. After that, no girlfriend. I've been really happy. From 2020 for 4 years, no girlfriend. Full maja. Right? In this 4 years, I managed to really grow my organization. I had 500 followers on social media. I took it from there, and then we got to 157K, 156K or something on Instagram, and some 60K plus on YouTube. So, with some hard work and without knowing anything, with a team which is Lagan team, they don't know anything. We are still winning the match. Baba's grace. If you listen to him, if you don't listen to Baba like me, you will get screwed.
I think you were made to walk through hell for a
Yeah, I'm not
reason
phased by anything now. Nothing can
to
scare
come
me.
out.
Nothing I'm scared of. You put me in
Yeah.
jail, I'll make everyone get spiritual.
Actually, you answered a question. I only
Huh.
noted down one question to must ask you was uh, I had a similar time last 10 years, and I often ask that why I was made to go through hell, and then I was pulled out. If I was walking through hell and I was doing all the wrong things, drinking, smoking, everything wrong, then why I was made to pull out, just like
Hmm.
that, plucked out. And for last couple of years, I've been trying to figure out. Then we started this Tathastu, and this just happened very accidentally that there were people I've been talking to, uh, spiritual people like you, and I come from publishing content, video, this
Hmm.
creative side of things. So I started helping some gurus, and then I realized that ashrams, gurus, they need some technological help,
Hmm.
something to connect them with the YouTube,
Hmm.
Instagram, get reach out to more people. So we
That's
just
great.
started doing that, and from that, this idea of the Tathastu came to actually first catalog ashrams and then make courses like you were doing. So why was I made to walk through hell? Then why was I plugged out? So I think I got the answer from
Good, good.
your example. You can't really appreciate things if everything is going honky dory and you're
No, you
working
don't
in a
have
straight
value for
line.
it then.
You don't value for it. Yes, you, and like you said, you were marked for something really special and you completely disregarded it and took a wrong turn and started enjoying it. Double whammy. Took a
Oh
wrong turn
yeah,
and started
oh
enjoying
yeah.
it. That's like
I mean, I've enjoyed everything, man. Even now, I'm enjoying
Mahapap
it.
Square.
Right turn, wrong turn. I've decided to enjoy life. I'm here to have fun.
That's the whole point, isn't it?
The day they stopped having fun, I told Devi,
What
kill me.
else?
The day I don't have fun, one day also I don't have fun, kill me.
That's the whole point. And there's so many things you're giving to people. There's so many ideas. I really, your the whole way of expressing and connecting is completely. I love it. It's very different. It's not like what do you say, produced or artificially put together or prepared, or it's just impromptu. And I love impromptu. Even in my podcast, I don't prepare questions. I don't give anyone questions in advance. They all ask. Some people don't come. They said, no, we
Hmm.
need set of questions. I said, I don't know you enough. I'll talk to you and then we'll figure out and then we'll discuss and then we'll
Hmm.
edit out some good parts. It's simple as
Yeah, that's
that.
one
It's a
way to do it
communication.
also. That's right.
And I love that's your kind of content and
Hmm.
I absolutely love it. So going forward, Triloki Akhada, a very old, respected, almost ancient
Hmm.
spiritual akhada. Please tell us more about its parampara and what it believes in, what schools of
I was
thought.
created by Triloki Nath. Triloki Nath, who is himself a form of Shiva. And then he taught Shankarnath. Shankarnath is the one who established the Akhada, Shankar. And then he taught Parvati, who was his first student, Siddha Yoga. He taught her. And then she taught Nandi. Nandi taught it to Agastya. Agastya taught it to my guru. And here I am. So that's called a lineage. That's the powers that back what I do here in this world. And I've seen that they back me no matter what. And that's great, you know. I mean, as long as I'm serious and I'm sincere, I have the backing of the Akhada. And so does every single one of my students, because they're just seventh in the lineage, even though it's a very ancient lineage. It so happened that because of Babaji and Agastya being immortal, Babaji being immortal, they're able to bring that knowledge. If they all had died, then we would have lost this knowledge. Because these are living masters, we have this knowledge. And they're not just immortals. There are so many people that I met. There's so many. What is immortality? It is your body healing faster than it decays. That's all. End of the day, you make sure that you've healed your body more. When you wake up in the morning, you should have healed your body more than you decayed it in the previous day. That's all. Immortal now, like a child is immortal. We teach them mortality by giving them Mrita Darshana, philosophy of death. Our body works according to a philosophy. If a philosophy is of death, then we'll die. Because time is stored in our mind. If you ask someone, how do you see yourself 500 years from now? They don't see themselves. So that is why you can go back and see when's the last you see yourself. Maybe 100. Then that's the day you're going to die. You already set it. So your body is set to die on that day. Your body is already set to die. Everybody's body is set to die if you're not aware of your timeline. So you need an infinite timeline if you want to live long. And yeah, that's the key. That's what I teach in my course.
Wow,
Hmm.
there's so many things. I think I'll have to go through the playlist and the
Yeah,
courses
I have
again.
only one course, man.
And
It's a 64-day challenge. You know, if people can go through my challenge, then they're a warrior. Then I want to teach them. If they can't go through my challenge, I don't want anything to do with
and
them.
it's
I'm a very private person. I don't even let people visit me. Uh,
uh, So this 64-day challenge is it?
Yeah, it's a recorded course, and you practice it, and you copy exactly what I'm doing, and then you report to me about all the secrets that you learned and how you applied it. And so that's how it is. It's an out of this world course that's causing transformations in people who want to be heroic. It's not for everyone. So I get 1,500 applications every month, but I take only 50 people.
Okay, I'm
Yeah,
going to
I'll
apply
send you
today.
link.
And now you talk to me, so I think my chances have improved. I am definitely. I have been pulled out specifically to walk.
Mm.
I think so. This path. Yeah. Let's see where it takes me. Okay. So Guru, I my one of my favorite names of Lord
Mm.
Shiva is Pashupati, because I heard from Osho once that he explained it beautifully that we have a god who is even looking after all the non-human entities in the world, and he's Pashupati. How beautiful is that? And it's so beautiful when you think about the esoteric or whatever
Mm.
meaning you think about that. He worries and takes care of everything: the flora, the fauna, the ant, the spider, the serpent, the bull, the cows. So it's just incredible. It's such a beautiful name. And yeah, I've read on your website that there was a specific reason why
Yeah,
you were
because to
given this
help
name.
people's Pashu Vritti to go. So there is something called Pashu Vritti where a person becomes extremely tamasic and they start hating change, they become into this, I want everything to be predictable, and then they resent that also. Then they feel like my life is so boring, nothing good is happening, I'm so lonely. They're gone for security. So those are the Pashus. From Pashu Vritti, they have to come to Veera Vritti. From Veera Vritti, they have to come to Divya Vritti. That journey is my responsibility, to make you undergo that journey. And it happens. You watch some podcast of mine, something gets dislodged in your brain. You're like, this is the truth, the mirror that I'm seeing. And people wake up and then they start learning. They start making changes. They stop being afraid. I don't want anyone in this world to be afraid, because we are here. Yogis are here for you.
But
Don't worry. You don't have to be afraid of anything.
yeah, that's right, Guruji. My spiritual guru. I come from a spiritual lineage of Om Swami
Mm.
in Himachal. Uh, Naga, his guru
Mm.
was Naga Baba. So I think that's the tradition we are following. And he has very clearly, when we I was
Mm.
initiated physically, and that was just the most incredible
Mm.
experience of my life. And before that, I was not much of a theist
Mm.
or a religious person. Though born in a Brahmin family, my mother is very, very religious. So I was like very skeptic. But when I experienced it, so the proof is in the pudding. It was right there. And when I was initiated, we were
Mm.
told specifically, and the Guru says it again and again, that I am
Mm.
right behind you. There is
Mm.
nothing more I can tell you. There is nothing that I'll let happen to you. But we are still afraid. Things
That's
happen.
not my students. My students are not afraid. Okay. The reason is that I make them follow Devi Maryada. Do you know what that is? Devi reaches to us. It's called Devi Sparsha. She touches us in various ways, as light, as cold, as magnetic energy, as water. She touches us in various ways, as electricity. And we don't allow her to touch us. She also touches us as time, as Mahakali. But we don't allow her to touch. We keep resisting. So I teach my students Devi Maryada. Give respect for the Sparsha and receive it. When they start receiving the Sparsha only, I accept them as students. Those who have received Devi Sparsha for 3 days, then I take them as students. They never have any problems. No problems of faith, no nothing, because they already got proof. People leak energy, man. People leak energy. They just go on leaking energy from various places with different disagreements. And the Upanishad, they say, Ma vidvisha vahai. That said, never, let us never have disagreements with Visha. But people are full of Vidvisha. They're just like disagreeing and disagreeing, and every disagreement you have leaks energy. So can you be in a society where everybody agrees with each other? That's called Ram Rajya, where everybody agrees with each other. You have such a good time. So disagreement drains energy. I'm not saying criticism is wrong, but debate is necessary for you and to have an open mind and respect when you're speaking. That is not there. You see people commenting sometimes on my videos as if I'm some common criminal. You know, if I make one video about I've made like 200 videos, 300, 500, 10, 1,000 videos giving them benefit. And if I make one video saying, come to my course, like fake guru, like
Asking
for
for
money.
money.
Then I'm like, who pays your bills? Divine Atma, how your bills come get paid? From
Exactly.
who?
Yes.
Like this,
Hmm.
people are like, they're ready to take the epidemic of selfishness and selflessness. I don't do selfishness or
Hmm.
selflessness.
Hmm. Hmm.
I am generous, no doubt, but
Hmm.
I am not selfless. I am symbiotic. If you get engaged with me, there'll be a
Hmm.
symbiotic growth for you and for me. Otherwise, what's in it for me? People want to go to a teacher and only they
Right.
want to grow. They don't want the
Hmm.
teacher to grow. They don't want to be symbiotic. They want to
Hmm.
take. That's not
Hmm.
allowed in yoga. Yoga itself means symbiosis. There is swartha, niswartha. The middle
Yes.
path is called yoga, where I
Hmm.
and you become we.
Hmm.
That is yoga.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
It's an expanding of identity
That's incredible.
beyond your selfishness and beyond your selflessness. Those who are selfless have vitamin S too much, vitamin superiority.
Superiority or
Huh.
inferiority, one of the two,
Those who are
99% of
selfish
the
have
world.
inferiority mostly.
And you also have, yes, I think
Hmm.
the insecure. You also have to teach the students or disciples or whosoever you coming across the
Hmm.
essence of giving. So there was this Buddha story I heard that Buddha used to go
Hmm.
and asking for alms, not because he needed food, was but because he wanted people to
Hmm.
experience the joy of giving. That's such a brilliant idea. Isn't it difficult to get people to give and experience the joy of giving? I have experienced it, and it's better than anything else I've experienced. When you give, you
Yeah,
feel
vitamin
this.
S. You experience vitamin S when you give, but it's wrong. You shouldn't. You shouldn't get high on giving because you really need to have symbiosis. If you start indulging in relationships where you're giving, you will get empty. That is what I realized when I was running my NGO. HCL Foundation used to pay us money, okay? And then one fine day, COVID hit and they didn't have any money to pay us. Then all the work that I was doing with 1 million kids had to stop. I said, I'll never let this happen again. I never let it happen again. So I rebuilt again. Because I'm an entrepreneur, I could rebuild my company again using a Lagan team. Now we started hitting sixers. It took 3 years to train the team. 3 to 4 years, 3.5 years to train the team. Who puts this kind of effort? They want everything tomorrow. That is Kali Devi Apamaryada. You have to give Kali Devi space every event. You have to see that when Devi says soon, it's usually 15 years. People don't have that kind of patience. 15 years, 20 years, they don't have the endurance to make goals like that. They want everything tomorrow. I've seen these vulture capitalist VCs. They want to make money tomorrow. How is it possible? 10x everything, 10x this, 10x that. You can't, man. How much space do I need to sleep? 6 feet by 2 feet. Enough. How many bodies do I have? How many clothes can I wear? How many gadis do I need? One. That's what it is. But people they just go on spending on all the wrong things. Instead, I put all my money into podcasts. I put all my money into publishing. I think that's what we need to do. Send knowledge to people in an accessible way. I'm just getting started. You wait. My game is long term. It's not just 1 year, 2 year. I'm that beast that never gives up. Mm.
Hmm.
So,
But why are people so stuck in that loop of greediness? 10x,
School,
20x,
school and
30x.
college mostly. School, college, society, bad teaching, bad philosophy, darshana, mruta darshana. Time is limited. You are going to die. You better be desperate and try to get everything fast. Mrita darshana. As is Amrita darshana. Time is infinite. You are immortal. Do it slowly. Do it properly. Do it thoroughly. And success comes when success comes. Why bother?
Yeah. That is the simplest and the most profound thing that I've learned in last 6 months. कि जब फल तभी गिरेगा जब
Correct.
पकेगा. No matter what you do, no
Correct.
matter how hard you try, patience
Hmm.
पकने पे ही
Ma
गिरेगा.
phaleshu
So you have to
kadachana.
wait or move on.
Karmuneva adhikaraste.
Such a simple line, and it just there's and I've been waiting for something. I've been for last 6 months. Somebody promised me, and we'll do that,
Huh.
and it's not happening. They're promising next week, next week, next week. 6 months, every day, every week. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm dependent on that person, and then I've realized it will happen when it will happen. Is there
Correct.
anything I can do? Nothing. Zero. So I'll wait and I'll smile and I'll wait.
Yeah, yeah,
I'll
yeah.
continue to
I
wait
mean, that's what you
years
have to
after
do. There are
years.
some things that just can't do anything. You just leave it alone. Like,
But we don't. That's where we just when we disturb the progress, we just
yeah, you should have
dig it
that
up.
discrimination, that
Nahi hoga,
viveka to
nahi
know
hoga.
about what needs action and what doesn't need action. That comes only when you have a proper goal of what am I trying to achieve should be clear, right? If you are clear what you're trying to achieve, then you know whether it's good or not, right? Huh. If I'm making a lassi, then I don't have to put I don't know, oil in it. It's not required.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. How long to wait? What is controllable? What is not
yeah, I should
controllable?
not be
For
sad that
that,
I
you need
can't put
Viveka,
oil in my
obviously.
lassi. Maybe it's not required. So I should know whether I need it or
Yeah.
not. Most people don't know.
Yeah.
They're sad about things they don't
Ab
need.
dahi.
Somebody is sad they're
Ah.
getting divorced. I said, why you need a husband? And she doesn't know.
We had Krishna Prakash ji, Yogacharya from Bangalore. He gave a very beautiful
Hmm.
example, like you said, कि दही कर्ड के जमने का. कि it's going to take the
Yeah.
time it's going to take. There is no way you can fasten the
No, you
curd
can't
making
hurry up
process.
Kali.
I, there is no way you can. No technology in the world can hurry it up. As
Hmm.
simple as curd making. So you're talking about grander things in your life, and you
Hmm.
want to rush. Best
Exactly.
of
You'll
luck.
just get damaged. People stress themselves out, they overuse their
Yes,
adrenals, and then they die.
we do that. We rush, we get
Hmm.
desperate, and we don't know what to do, and we dig the seed up before it has the chance to
Hmm.
sprout.
Check the seed every day.
Most of the
How much
times.
it's grown and put it back. It'll die.
Yes.
By the fourth day, it'll have so much shock, it'll be dead.
Exactly. That's exactly the image that comes. Maphaleshu Kadachana. Amazing. Oh, it's so much fun. I'm going to watch the entire playlist and the 64-day warrior challenge
Great.
I'm applying. And I dare people who are watching this to apply for it. And let's see how many of you get accepted by Guruji and move forward in life. And there are a lot of I have realized that my life was turned around because of some blessings of the masters, and obviously everyone wants to get better, but I feel extremely fortunate and to be moving in the right direction. And one of the validations of that is that I'm sitting right across Guru Pashupati and I'm partaking of such wisdom. It's just incredible, and everyone has this chance. So please get in touch with Guruji and both hands grab the knowledge and wisdom, apply and see for yourself. Like the proof is in the pudding. Yesterday we had a Krishna Bhakt from Hare Krishna movement, and he said, I always ask everyone to just try chanting for 7 days and then see what
Hmm.
happens on the eighth day. Don't take it from me. Just try and do it for
Hmm.
yourself and see for yourself.
Hmm.
Don't take my word. So there's so many great things. I've tried a lot of your techniques. I want to learn to lift the
You'll learn, don't
mukdar.
worry.
I've seen
First,
really
you make your
big
body strong with
mukdars
yoga, then I'll
in
teach
your
you.
videos.
That's really
Yes, we'll do that. We'll do that. And on that note, Guruji, it's just the words cannot suffice. I'm feeling extremely great and honored and amazing to have you. This will travel far and wide. And any way I can be of any help to your mission, as I said, I'm from publishing and creative field. I'd be delighted to help your
great.
cause in
I'm
any
sure
way.
we'll do some good work together in the future.
Yes, we'll do
Take
work
care.
together. Yes, yes. On that note, thanks a lot for your
Thank
time,
you.
Guruji. Pranam.
Namaste.